If you have scoliosis and you're finding it difficult to go to sleep in the evening, this practice I'm about to show you is all about calming the nervous system and help you relax so that you can get to sleep more easily. So for our practice today, I'm going to use a few props. I'm going to use my yoga bolster, I'm going to use a block, and I'm going to use a blanket and an eye pillow. Feel free to use anything that you've got around the house. So if you have a look at my setup, and then maybe you can replicate with anything that you might have around the house as well. Good. So we're going to start actually in sitting, and I'm just going to sit against my wall here. Now I'm okay sitting in a cross-legged position on the floor. Feel free to sit on a cushion, or you could sit on your yoga bolster as well. So making sure that this is comfortable for you. But let's come to the wall, because when we sit by a wall, we get a little bit of feedback about where we are in space. So I'm just going to kind of find the wall with the back of my hips, and then just allowing my shoulder blades to rest into the wall. It might be comfortable for you to rest the back of the head against the wall, but if you find yourself sticking your chin out, then that's not so great. That might mean you have a little bit more of a kyphosis there. So see if you can allow for your chin to gently drop, maybe slightly bringing it in. And then if you're comfortable here, just closing your eyes and just taking a few breaths. Long inhale, long exhale, just to arrive for your evening practice here. Maybe acknowledging all the things that you've been doing during the day that led you to this moment right now. And acknowledging how you feel physically, energetically, mentally. Just observing what is. How do you feel right now? Allowing your breath to lengthen, your exhale especially. Good. Let's take another couple of breaths, just to allow yourself to feel that support from the wall. And then we're slowly going to open our eyes. And the first pose that we're going to do is called a prone release, and it's a restorative pose. If you want to find out more about restorative yoga, especially for scoliosis, you can find that in my new book as well. But let's have a look at this setup. So for this one, we're going to keep it simple. We're going to use a yoga bolster. We're going to use it the long way around. If you don't have a yoga bolster, you can use blankets as well. So you can absolutely stack up a few blankets as well. So I'm going to rest the front of my hips here at the bottom of the bolster, and then getting myself comfortable here. Obviously you don't want it too high up into your chin, and then I'm just going to support my head with my block and my blanket. So I'm going to put the blanket on the top of the bolster. Now what is quite nice to add here is this eye pillow, not on your eyes, that's not going to work, but just bringing it into your neck here, and that's going to give you a little bit of an added release. So making sure you're comfortable, and you just want the head to be resting on the edge of this block, and then the arms just kind of beside the head on either side. So once you're in this position and you're happy with your setup, Just allowing yourself to sink into the support, sinking into the bolster, allowing your head to be supported. And this is a really beautiful way to release any tension around your neck and your shoulders especially. So see if you can give the back of the body a little bit of attention now. So see if you can breathe into the back of the body. Just feeling that expansion into the back of the rib cage. See if you can especially breathe into any areas that might accumulate sensations. So wherever this might be for you, typically around the shoulder blades. If you have a thoracic curve and you know which way it's going, see if you can focus or breathe into the concave side for a few breaths to open this concavity. Don't worry if you don't know your curve specifically, then just focusing on that expansion of the breath. But if you do know, then see if you can open some of these forgotten areas of the body. So just preparing to come out of this now. We're going to slide our hands so they're on either side of the chest, and then just gently pushing yourself up, and we're going to come into a child's pose from here. So you can use your bolster, just bringing it in closely in towards you, and then you can kind of hug your bolster and just turn your head to one side. Good, and then let's turn the head the other way. Slowly bringing yourself up, and let's come into all fours for a moment. Let's do a little bit of gentle movement just to see what it is that you need right now. So you could do a little bit of a very gentle cat-cow movement. Keep it small, keep it really nice and fluid, maybe gently moving from side to side. But we don't want to, we want to obviously bring the energy down. So we're just keeping those movements really, really small and really gentle. Good. So our next pose that we're going to do is called Viparita Karani, and it's an inversion. So we're going to rest our legs against the wall, and I'm going to show you my setup. So this is a very simple setup. I've just folded my blanket here and I'm just using it for a little bit of comfort and cushioning. And then I've got my eye pillow close by as well. So the purpose is that we're going to be lying on the back and our legs are going to be resting against the wall. Now, if you've got really tight hamstrings, the alternative would be resting the legs on a chair, but I'm going to show you how I do it today against the wall. So we're going to start here with the back against the wall, and this is just my way of getting into this, because I do want to be close-ish to the wall, obviously, when I'm resting on my back. I've got my eye pillow here, so that I don't have to get back up again. And I'm going to do a little thread the needle. So I'm going to bring this bottom arm through and then just kind of rolling onto my back, bringing the legs up against the wall. So again, as I said, this is all about comfort. So you can use your blanket here to create this little mold around the body. And I like to support my convex sides a little bit more, giving myself a little de-rotation. And then I can rest here. So take your eye pillow and then we're gonna cover our eyes here. The arms are alongside the body, maybe a little bit further away from the body, palms facing up, and just allowing yourself to rest here. Let's take one more breath. And then you can slowly start to bend your knees, just resting the feet against the wall, maybe taking that eye pillow gently off and to the side. So it's really important to take your time to come out of this. And then you can just roll yourself over to the side, stay lying on your side for another few generous breaths. And then when you're ready, just bringing yourself back up into sitting. Now there are a few other things that you can do to help you prepare for sleep. I'm going to walk you through the most important habits that you want to create if you want to get a good night's sleep with scoliosis. So watch this next video now.